Hey guys, so here we are again in my helicopter room and airplane room. Um, Today we're going to be doing a review about helicopters, well, at least my helicopters, and a few that I used to have that I no longer have, I either sold or gave away. Alright, so let's start over here. This is the Nano CPX. It is a collective pitch helicopter. It's fly barless. It is a fun helicopter to fly. It is almost like a DFC head, and it has no washout arms. The swash plate is connected directly to the rotor grips, so it's very similar to a DFC head. Okay, the helicopter itself is a motor tail shaft. Okay, not direct drive or not torque tube or belt. It is a small helicopter, so they couldn't really put anything like that. It is a motor, but because of that motor, it suffers from the problems that the SR suffers from, and the MCPX suffers from, but a little worse with this helicopter. Okay? This helicopter requires quite a bit of gyro programming to get this tail to hold. And even then, I mean, it can do some mild 3D, but it doesn't do the greatest 3D. And those of you who have these small helicopters, not talking about coaxial or anything like that, but a real collective pitch Nano CPX, you know how touchy these things are when you try to fly them around. I was actually getting pretty good with this, flipping it quite a bit. I only had it for about a couple of weeks before the main engine burnt out. So I still have it in there. I'm waiting for a replacement, which I ordered a week ago, but I've been told that that particular motor is on back order and very hard to get. I've looked all over the internet, very hard to get. It's only $12, but it's back ordered and very hard to get, so I haven't flown this helicopter in the last couple weeks. It's just been sitting. Okay, so besides that, I mean, it's still a fun helicopter to fly. Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a fun helicopter to fly around the house. I do miss flying it. I also had an MSRX, but the MSRX, fly barless, fixed pitch, I learned how to fly with that one. I ended up selling that one, ready to fly with a controller and everything. This is my 120 SR. This was one of my first helicopters also. It flew pretty good for quite a while. I mean, it suffered quite a bit of crashes. It still flies pretty good right now. I mean, if I put a battery in there, it'll still fly. I just don't fly it anymore because, I mean, it kind of got boring for me after a little while. Which it should. You should be wanting to move up to collective pitch. This helicopter, I have it on advanced swash settings, meaning I moved the connecting arms to the other balls on the swash plate to give it more throw. I mean, it's a decent helicopter. It's a little too much for the average beginner who should be with a coax helicopter, but it's still a fun helicopter to fly. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Fun helicopter. Good job on that one, Blade. Okay, the next one. As you guys have noticed, I have a box here. So, let's talk about this. 130X. 130X I got from my local hobby shop. I thought, hey, this would be great for flying around the park, close by the house, in my backyard, and was I sorely mistaken. It's not that it's hard to fly, it's just like any other collective pitch helicopter, and it does fly like a much bigger helicopter. But if you own one of these, or if you've done the research, they have many, many, many issues. Mine, within the first couple days, developed a bad head shake. So I took the grommets from off of the canopy and I moved them to the swash plate. That got rid of the head shake, but what then happened was transferred all of the shake into this rod. This rod then caused this servo to start doing that, going back and forth. When it did that, the gyro tried to compensate for it, and this tail got very hard to control. No matter what gyro setting I put it on, it is very hard to control. Okay, so then what I did was I bought another one of these supports, and I added it over here. I also changed out all the tail components to metal components. Okay, I have all new metal head components, but I don't have the helicopter right now, and we'll get to that. I haven't had a chance to put mine on yet. Okay, so I had the helicopter for 1 week. Took it back to the hobby shop. Me and the, could be professional salesman there. He does a lot of flying. Very, very good flyer. We spent a few hours trying to resolve the issues with this. After resolving the head shake and the tail wag and all of those issues, the tail servo also locks. A lot of people are having this problem. I checked the soldering joints, which is some people's problems. Not my issue. Took the servo apart, we cleaned it out, put it back together. Still locks. When you give it full rudder, it locks in one place, helicopter spins, and it crashes. Okay, so needs a new servo. Obviously, servo is no good. Or something is going bad with the gyro, I'm not too sure. Okay, so I've had the helicopter for a week. I take it back to the hobby shop, we're working on it. The owner of the hobby shop overhears how angry I am with this thing, and since I buy a lot, and I've spent thousands of dollars on Park Zone, UMX, E-Flite, Horizon Hobby, and if you guys are hearing this or watching this, I've brought you guys thousands of dollars of business, and I've recommended your helicopters to many, many people. As of now, I will not be recommending them anymore unless you do something to remedy this issue. So the sales lady said, or the owner of the store actually told me, you know, Horizon Hobby is very good with customer service, and they will take care of you. I'm taking this helicopter back, and I'm going to send it back to them. So I've only had it for a week. It got sent back. In a couple of days, it'll be 1 month now. After 1 week, we heard word that Horizon Hobby said they're not going to fix it. They don't want to do anything for it. So I gave her instructions to tell them, just send it back. Okay? Just send it back. Don't touch it. Send it back. I'll fix it myself, and I'll go sell it. Or I'll get rid of it, or I'll just keep fixing it, whatever. Just send it back. Okay? It's been a month now. No word. Haven't got my helicopter back. All I know is they're not fixing it, and they're not sending it back for some reason. I'm very, very unhappy, very angry. You guys have had it for a month now. I only got to have it for a week. This is a $400 helicopter that I invested another $100 to try and get it to fly right. I have another $50 worth of parts to try and make it fly right. You know, this isn't going to end up being a $600 helicopter. You know, come on, that's kind of ridiculous, Blade. You guys need to do something about this. And if you go and check the YouTube videos, which you guys tell people you shouldn't check the YouTube videos, well, when hundreds of thousands of people, well, maybe not that much, I'm exaggerating, but when thousands of people are having the same issues with the same helicopter, then obviously there's something wrong with it. Okay, would I recommend this helicopter? That is a definite no. 2 thumbs down on this helicopter. I would not recommend it. And because of this, and because of the issues with Horizon Hobby, I will no longer be purchasing any Blade products ever again. I have now moved to Align and some other clones because I'm just fed up with this. Even though I love my 300X, I will no longer buy any Blade helicopters unless Blade, you know, does something to make me happy or remedy this situation. But besides that, I will not be buying any more of their helicopters. You know, and it's unfortunate because I've spent thousands of dollars on their helicopters, so they just lost out a lifetime customer. You know, if you guys are watching this video over at Horizon Hobby or Blade or Park Zone or UMX or E-Flite, get word that, you know, customers are not happy and you guys are losing a lot of customers over this helicopter. Okay, that brings us to the Blade 300X. Now this is a different story. This is a good helicopter. I love flying this. It does have its few faults, which we're going to go over, but all in all, if you're an experienced pilot and you don't